Hello. So we are with Captain Effa Nkrabea Dartey. Am I right?
It's Nkrabea Effa
Dartey. Sorry, I knew I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Sir, thank you very much and welcome to AfricaNext TV.
Thank you.
Captain, is it true you've always wanted to be president of Ghana?
Well, it is true that I have once entertained the ambition, the desire to offer myself for the service of my people in the highest position of the land. And by the grace of God, I have trained myself in several areas towards that position. So it's only a question of time, God willing.
Aha! So the hope is still there. I'm happy to hear that.
By His grace.
Okay. Excellent. Well, very happy to be talking to you. I must confess, we share a number of things in common. One of them is the creative sector. I just read a quite alarming report on the National Theatre. I don't know if you've read it in the last week or so.
No.
Well, there's been a report, these days with social media, the reports get repeated all over. But essentially, the National Theatre is not doing very well. The lighting is not very good. The charges are high. And essentially, that people don't get value for money.
I have always had a problem with the National Theatre, both in its conception and its operational base. To start with, I am not happy that the National Theatre was donated to us by a Chinese architectural firm. Because if you look at the way it was built, the design is un-Ghanaian. But don't let us go there. I am worried about the National Theatre, the structure itself. When you enter the National Theatre, you realize that to maintain the building itself, in terms of its services, electricity alone, the guards, those who protect the building, the workers there, it's a huge chunk of money from the state coffers. So to maintain it regularly, you need to have constant revenue base for the National Theatre. And to do that, you cannot achieve that purpose, you cannot achieve that revenue from getting private theatre companies to do business there.
As is done in many other places, the state should support it.
The state must support it. And the state support for the theatre is only in payment of staff salaries and maintaining the building, instead of the core function, which is to promote theatrical performances and promotion of the arts and culture. So invariably, the National Theatre Board is compelled to release the building for people to hold shareholders' general meetings and beauty contests and programs that will bring in money to them. The core function of ensuring that we have regular theatrical performances has been sidelined, if not marginalized, if not forgotten altogether. And so today, as I'm talking to you, Christmas Day, and there is no performance at the National Theatre. It's amazing. It's devastating.
What can you do? Your party is being in power. There's no difference. The MDC bills, they are back in power. There's no difference. What's the future?
What that means is that the solution is not a political solution. It is for we, the theatre practitioners nationwide, to come together. I'm talking of the Ghana Actors Guild, the Ghana Union of Theatre Societies. I'm talking of the universities, the various schools of performing arts. We must all come together as stakeholders of the theatre community and then put pressure on government to make sure that we get some special funding for the National Theatre, so that we can guarantee theatre lovers in the city regular performances.
What is the prospect of this coming into being?
Well, we really need to have some sort of leadership in getting this together. And I am looking at the traditional leadership, of course, must be the National Theatre. they themselves, members of the National Theatre Board, led by the executive director, they should sponsor this type of stakeholders gathering to ensure that pressure can be brought to bear on government to make it possible for us to restructure the operational base of the National Theatre. And it's unfortunate because Effa was a theatre practitioner through and through. But when he had the position, he didn't keep long and he passed away. So he couldn't impact the theatre the way he would have wanted to. And I don't know who is coming next as the executive director, but the situation is really not palatable at all.
Would it be fair to say that you are less active in your party, the NPP?
No, on the contrary. I was a member of parliament. When I lost my seat and my party lost power, we had to, sit back and take a second look at the whole program. I contested for general secretary.
Oh yes,
it didn't go well with me. The party has made me a member of the National Organization Committee, and we meet regularly every Wednesday at 4 p.m. And I am one of the most active members of the committee. We are only 6, and we meet regularly. And the flag bearer is aware, the national chairman is aware. The other day I met the national chairman, and I asked him whether he knows I've been attending meetings. And he said, oh, he has been receiving reports, and he knows my active role. So, unfortunately, the National Organization Committee is a kind of a backroom business. So, we are not at the forefront.
I understand.
But we are.
What are Nanado's chances in 2012?
Unless the unexpected happens, I am expecting Nanado to win to become the next president of Ghana. His chances are very bright. If you look at the performance of NDC, you can see quite clearly that the floating voters are tilting towards New Patriotic Party. So when you look at the playing field scientifically, NDC's 40% is guaranteed. NPP's 40% is also guaranteed. So the swing votes, the deciding factor, which is about 20%, that one, the minorities, Presidiums, CPP and others will take a portion of it. But I expect the new generation and the floating voters to switch to New Patriotic Party.
What do you think will happen in Brekum?
Brekum, my constituency, is a little dicey. The party, New Patriotic Party, we are having some difficulties with our current candidate. And unfortunately for us, the NDC has selected a fairly very popular candidate who has come with a lot of vim and has set an agenda for the electioneering campaign. So, in fact, against my wish, I have to say that the MPP's chances in Brekum is 50-50, unless we work very hard, extraordinarily very hard.
But your candidate is somebody from the MPP Royalhood, if I might put it that way. His father was General Secretary, am I right?
No, it's not his father who was General Secretary. His father was rather constituency first vice chairman when I was the MP.
Oh, I see.
That Ajini Bwati is different from
the General Secretary. Oh, I see. Thanks for the education.
Yes.
Thanks for the education. Let me move to human rights. You are a lawyer now.
By the grace of God, 25 years experience.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But also you've had very interesting experiences as far as human rights is concerned.
Yes, I've been doing a lot of court cases in that area. Yes.
I was reading Mr. J's book, and he tells me when he was sent to BNI headquarters, immediately he got there, he told him, well, I told you this man will be arrested.
Well, that is true, because I've also read Michael J's book, Death and Pain, Rollins Ghana. I remember when he came, because those were trying days, early 1983, and the way Michael J was speaking his mind and saying certain things in those days. You didn't need to have the brain of a bishop to know that he was going to be picked up in a matter of days, and that's what happened.
In view of his bravery, do you think your party treated him well when you were in power?
Oh, Michael J, when we were in power, Michael J was working at the castle in the office of the chief of staff. And I don't know Michael J as a politician who wants political office. I know him as a journalist, a forthright writer who wants to speak his mind. As to whether he could be pigeonholed into the office of the chief of staff appropriately for him, that one I cannot make a comment. But I would have wished that, given his nature, he should have come out in the open to contest for a seat for parliament, or lobby for ministerial appointment or something like that. But I can't really comment on his politics.
Were you ever tortured when you were in detention?
By the grace of God, no, never. I haven't ever been. God has protected me so much, and I'm grateful to Him.
But you were in detention with people like Zandu and Co.
Yes, I was in detention for 6 months by Rollins, that is PNDC. I was arrested on 27th of May 1983, and I was detained until 6th of September 1983, 6 months approximately. And I was in detention, no trial, nothing, just kept there.
So what I was going to ask is, did you meet people who had suffered detention?
Yes.
Or who had suffered torture, I mean?
Well, there were rumors, but you cannot act on the basis of rumors. So, and those I met, Kresasha was one, and now it's a long time ago, so, and of course I met the AFRC convicts, they were also there at the time, and I used to chat with them, but none of them told me about torture.
Okay. Finally, say, how is Theatre Mirrors doing?
By the grace of God, my theatre group is 25 years old. We have been in public performances over 1,300, and just 2 days ago we performed to a very vast audience at World Miracle Church, and yesterday we performed at our regular place at Citizen Center. Every Saturday we perform at Citizen Center. And
Asylum Down?
Asylum Down, and we are on course, by God's grace.
Congratulations, sir. Thank you very much for talking to AfricaNext.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.